Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do another reading called What is He, She, or They Doing in the Unseen, Hidden, Dark Realm? What do you need to know? What's going on, in the dark underworld, the dark realm, in behind the background where no one can see and no one's really aware of? This is a reasonably new reading that I come out with. Many years ago, I had encounters or challenges with a very low vibrational person. So this was kind of a spread that I did many years ago, and always tested it out and tested the theory, and it just always proved itself to be 100% bang on. So you always have that gut feeling, or you might have dreams, you might have visions. You might hear things, or you might just have those intuitive downloads that something's just not quite right, or something's going on in the background. Now, this doesn't always have to be negative, because sometimes it can be some really nice things going on in the background, depending on who you're involved with. But for the most part, often it tends to be on the low vibrational side, unfortunately. But the fortunate part is you need to know these things to make aware and informed decisions, right? You need to know these things, good or bad. Oh my goodness, look at this. Our candle just went out. Okay, so I guess that one is toast. We'll light another one. So when that happens, I always kind of take that as a sign that something is kind of worn. It's time zone out, it's worn out, it's welcome. It's long been past expired. Okay. And so there was intuitive messages coming out too. So over and over, it was a repetitive actions or repeat behaviors or repetitive cycles. So whatever's going on in the background within this reading, it's not the first time. It's repeat cycles, repetitive behavior, repetitive cycles. So whatever that means to you, that will be a slightly different storyline for everybody, okay? And the other thing was, out of this one black deck I won the pre-shuffle, it kept on showing up the Grim Reaper. So meaning no second chances, it's done, it's over. And I just could not believe when I was doing the pre-shuffle, there was the Three of Swords that flashed and the Three of Cups. So there could be third party involvement. And just keep in mind that can be people, and the third party can actually be money too. Like people choosing money over the spouse, or choosing money over love or the relationship. So, or it could be both. So there could be up to 3 to 6 people involved. And within that flashing of the cards, it could be conflict. It could be drama. It could be mean, ugly, fighting, nasty words going on. But when the Ten of Swords flashes with the Ten of Cups, usually that means it's an ending, a conclusion of a relationship. So that could be in the workforce, that could be in the workspace, that could be employer-employee, take it as it lands. It could be personal, love relationships. It can also include family relationships or family dynamics as well. So it's kind of a harsh... It was really kind of a harsh bunch of intuitive message and cards that were flashing in the pre-shuffle, and then we just basically had the candle burn out. So that could actually mean somebody is actually physically burnt out with whoever they're engaged with or involved with, okay? And again, like I said, I've played with this spread for myself for many years, and it always proved itself to be 100% accurate. Unfortunately, but on the fortunate side, like I said, it's stuff you need to know. Okay, so we will begin, and we'll just do 5, 10, 12 card spread, and we'll just see what it tells us. Okay, so this definitely involves romantic partners or relationships, friendships, and again, like just what I finished saying, it can involve anything under the sun relationships. When you have this, the Two of Cups, that's an involvement of 2 people. So when it was showing, this is friendship, romantic, it can be job related, boss, employee, or employee to employee relationships, but it's a relationship of some sort that's really involved here. And we have repetitious behaviors going on. And again, there's third party involvement, or there could be, like I said, up to 3 to 6 people involved here. Okay, so this is a truth coming out. Okay, so when I see this is the Ace of Swords. There is chalk, there is chat, there's going to be a truth that comes out. Like I said, we have repetitive behaviors coming out. Now, also when I see this, because these 2 cups are holding champagne glasses, we could be dealing with someone who has got an alcohol problem. And so when I say repeat behaviors, this could be alcoholism, addictions, alcohol addiction, or it can involve other addictions along with alcohol. And take it as it lands, because work you can be a workaholic too. So the work can be an addiction as well. But there's going to be something said, there's going to be words said, or somebody's going to be called out on this repeat behavior. So take it as it lands. So I'm going to put this deck aside. And we're going to pull this. Or you might stumble upon, you might find something, like it's, for example, if this is a person with an addiction problem, you might find their stash somewhere. So take it as it lands. Like you might find out something that's clear as a bell, and you might call them on this repetitive behavior. So if they're saying they've quit doing this or they've improved, no, they haven't. And it could be at the end of the straw. And this could be a very, like I said, a burnout energy where they're just wearing, you just can't take anymore. Okay, so here, imprisonment. So we have somebody involved here who feels trapped and stuck. Imprisonment, this is feeling locked up, controlled. This could actually involve a codependent relationship, or somebody controlling money, or keeping you stuck, or keeping you small. Or it could be also a very belittling energy. So, it could be somebody who's just too much. Okay, now there is a man involved. Again, like I said, there is going to be a man involved, and this can be, and is definitely involvement with some type of relationship. And like I said, it could be up to 3 to 6 people involvement. So take it as it lands. Like the 3 to 6 people could be family members, could be people co-workers, but there could be a third party involvement, and there could be a third party involvement of a male. Okay. Look at this, the bottom. There actually could be up to 2 males involved. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, look at this. Separation. So there's been a separation in this dynamic or this relationship. So there's sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So this, I'm going to take this as there is sadness. There might be missing the old you in this person. So whoever you're involved with, the old version of them, perhaps maybe when you got together and was probably good times. Well, obviously it was, or you wouldn't be with them at one point in time. But they're missing that old person. But when people transform into their new ways, very rarely do they ever go back to self-correct. Okay. This here is definitely a separation. This probably is a separation behind closed doors. People living behind closed doors and separation. So they're more like roommate style, but even that is not a good relationship. So this is not a good, solid relationship. There is problems going on in the background. They could be one party living in confinement, feeling controlled. More than likely, it's got to do with a codependent relationship based on money. And we have third party involvement. Again, the third party could be money, could be work, could be addictions, could be a third party as in a person. But I'm going to go down the road that there's probably an addiction problem as well as a third party. And, when I look at this, not only is there, the alcohol glasses involved, but if you look really, really close in those 2 cups, there's a man and a woman. So there could be multiple things going on in the background here. But this relationship has been a separation for a while, I would say. Old habits die hard. They're continuing. Okay. And something else, it's funny. I just remembered this when I forgot about this pre-shuffle, the card that showed up, and here it is in a different deck. But we have the lightning card. So this is about shock. This is about surprise. So that was something I should have mentioned earlier. So no, we not only have 1, we have 2. So there was a surprise card that came out in a pre-shuffle. Now we have the second one. So it's like a lightning surprise. So sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Okay, so this, when I see this and everything that came up, it's like somebody has repeat behavior, repetitive cycles that keeps on going in the background that's being hidden from you. You see it, you find out, you stumble upon it, you call them on it, and all of a sudden, boom, it's done. There's like a calling in of an end coming in here. Okay, so we'll take this. Okay. This is a revolutionist. So this is about a transformation too. So we have basically 2 messages, transformation. This is a calling out on what's going on here. This fits with this very, very well. So freedom fighter, pursuer, welfare, justice. champion of transformation. So we have, like I said, the ending has showed up. It's like, or you could be involved with someone who's abusive words, drama. It could be addiction, drinking, drugs, whatever kind of combination going on, or it could be all of the above. But if you think this person's quit this or, whatever, or, it basically falls around false promises. They tell you what you want to hear to continue their habit in the dark. Okay, so here we have the second card. So it's a challenger. So there is definitely a challenged area here. So seeker of adventure, courage, challenge, goal. So this has been a challenge, and you're definitely going to have the courage to pursue an end or a fix or a revolution or a culmination. I'm going to say there's going to be a culmination and an ending, and this might come as a surprise to whoever you're dealing with, but you might be surprised at what you're finding out too. Or it could be both, because like I said, you have two surprise messages coming through this reading. Okay, so we'll take one from this. Or maybe two. Who wants to come out? Someone has a very depleted energy field here. And that could be physical energy, mental energy, or emotional energy. Okay, what you think about, you bring about. Your manifesting thoughts become things. Okay, tact, a strong or keen sense of what to do or say in order to maintain good relations. Avoid offensive practice. Avoid offensive practicing practicing appropriateness. Okay, so this is saying whatever you find out or whatever goes on here, handle it in tact. And like I said, this is something. This has gone on before. This has happened before. It's repeat cycles, repeat behavior, repeat whatever they're doing it again. And deep down, I think you've known this the whole time. So it's just saying handle with tact. You know what? You probably knew all along, and it's not really a surprise. So handle it, professionally. And if you have to step outside the box of emotions to handle it, with as little upset emotion as possible, do that. Handle it with tact, handle it with grace. It is what it is. I suspect you've known this has been going on for quite some time already. Okay, so we are going to pull a card from here. And again, this is something you've been thinking about for a long time. This has probably gone on for years. Four of Swords. Okay, and you are tired. You're tired, you're mentally tired, you're emotionally tired, you're physically tired. And it's time for a rest. And you know what? You're tired of the whole situation. When this card comes up, the Four of Swords, you are tired, you're exhausted. It's been a depleting and it's been a draining your relationship or situation or circumstance for, I'm going to say, probably quite a few years. This almost reminds me of someone saying that they were clean for whatever, or, for X amount of years or X amount of months, or they're not doing this for, they haven't been doing this for many, many years. That's not the case. It's been going on the whole time. Again, we have the King of Swords. So, this very much can be a man involved, but this can be somebody just finally having enough, standing their ground because they're finally tired of the situation. Calling a spade a spade. Often when a King of Swords shows up, it often reminds me of legal procedure, legal proceedings starting. So like maybe it could be like the process of a separation beginning, or, preparing for divorce, or preparing for the separation. So whether it's monetary, getting your affairs in order to proceed to a conclusion, a resolution of this old situation. It's worn out past its time. It's very, very outdated. It's stayed active for a reason, and only you will know that. Okay. So I'm going to pull one more card out of here. Let's see what it tells us. Okay, so there's our person. So we have the Five of Swords. That's one of the worst cards in the tarot deck. So the Five of Swords, this person is callous. It's a person with no integrity. It's a liar, a stealer, a cheater, somebody who does manipulating. It's a win at all costs card. When I see this can very much be somebody who has got a dramatic mouth, a bad mouth, speaks mean words, ill of others, maybe perhaps runs others down to make themselves feel good, that kind of thing. A very, very negative, low vibrational energy. So this has been for a lot of years. And whoever this is, you will know who and where and how it fits. But like I said, the Five of Swords is one of the worst cards as a character cards in the tarot. It's somebody who has no integrity, no honor, no dignity. Nothing matters to them but them. It's kind of like the world revolves around them and everybody should bow down. It's that sense of entitlement energy, if that makes sense. Often over the years, when you are involved with people like this, it's a very low vibrational energy, and they will be going through life doing all these negative things to others, saying things, doing things, thinking that people don't notice, and in their delusional world, or I like to call it a fantasy world, they'll think nobody notices, nobody knows. But in reality, everybody knows, and over the years, it gets found out, and they look like, but they earn what they look like. They look like foolish, right? Immature. It's like, kind of all the rules or no rules apply to me and everybody should just take my word for it. Or like I said, that sense of entitlement energy about them. And often if you sit back and you watch these people at a distance, you think about the years back, to sit back at a higher perspective, step out of the emotional state and look, you'll see that over the years, karma comes back to bite them in the ass. Everybody will see it around them, but not them. It's like they live in their own delusional world where they think everybody's stupid but me, and in reality, it's actually the opposite. And I can actually honestly see where people would probably come in. So whether it's friends or family or people who maybe have noticed this activity or behavior over the years would come in and say, what's going on with this, or it would be, it could be like someone 50, 60, in their 60s, 50s, 40s, having the mentality and maturity level of someone who's about 13. It stands out over time. Older people, high vibrational people really, really take note of this. And there's probably other people who said to you, what's up with this, or what's going on here, or why would you tolerate this, or, why is this person like this? And, they'll think it's perfectly fine, but everybody around you is noticing. So if you're worried about having support to clean up this cycle, there is lots of support around you. I can see that right here. It's just everybody's got their own tolerance level and their own line that gets crossed. And that line is a different stage, a different length of time. Certain circumstances have to happen before that line is finally crossed. But I think it's been crossed here. And you feel like you've been under lock and key, stuck, trapped. And again, this could be due to money or finances, or it could be to religious beliefs by people around you, your family, those kind of things, or maybe your own religious beliefs. But you're stuck and you're trapped. And it's like someone needs to unlock that door for you and you were that person. Okay. So I'm going to, and again, I'm going to leave this. This was a bottom card. I'm just going to leave that there. And I'm going to pick a card that's going to go with this Five of Swords to give another kind of clarifier for this person's energy or personality or character. And maybe you've been there because you felt you had to be, or I don't know. That's a different story for everybody. But just a very low vibrational character. And a very heightened sense of entitlement that keeps on coming through. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely, I think the shade showed up in the first reading I did. This is definitely relationship. Again, it can fit a multitude of relationships, family to work to whatever. But this, when I asked for the clarifier, this is what come up. This is a person within a romantic or a marriage relationship or common law, or it could be this really whole spread has become a karmic relationship. This is repeating patterns very likely in your family history, your family line. So if you go back, probably a generation or two, this same or similar situation is showing up in previous generations within your family. This has got to do with a marriage, a very close relationship. Again, there could be third party involvement. There could be addiction problems. This could actually be going down to hiding money within a marriage or in a household, or somebody controlling funds keeping you stuck or trapped. Or you may have stayed for financial purposes. Now take this is a male, but it can be female. It's not gender specific, but it's a very low vibrational person who's very, very difficult to live with, who's got repeating cycles, repeating behaviors within this marriage or this relationship dynamic. Take it as it lands. Somebody's being very, very burnt out. And again, the card of separation and the ending card's a surprise, surprise, surprise card keeps on coming up. And you know what? I think you're up for the challenge now, and it's time for the revolutionist in you to create a transformation. Okay, it's kind of like you hit your wit's end here. Okay, so with that being said, that will conclude our reading. I'll leave it here for now and take it as it lands. So if you like the reading, claim it, seal it with a midnight kiss. If you don't, ditch it, leave it. Remember, we are always, always, always at free will choice. Okay, so remember, this will have a slightly different meaning for everybody because we're all on our own personal, individual spiritual journey. So that will give it a different state of awareness for all of us. Take it as it lands. And I hope this helps. Like I said, when I used to do this for years and years, you'd always have that gut feeling, and this would always confirm it. Okay, so remember, this is for cross watchers. Sorry. And or it can be for you. If it's not for you, it can be for the person you're involved with, or it could be for a person in your environment. You might be actually the outside party looking. So this could be maybe a family member, maybe a son, a daughter, or whatever, or just a friend. So take the reading as it applies and who it applies to. Okay. So wishing you health, happiness, and many mixed blessings. And until we talk again, stay happy, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. It's been an absolute pleasure reading for you. So if you like, click like, share, and subscribe. Okay, anyway, that will end everything, and we will chat later. Bye for now.